Hey guys, Comic Book Steve here with another haul. I know, already. We just went to the New England Comics in Norwood, Massachusetts. Just wanted to go somewhere this weekend. Couldn't really think of places to go, so we're like, well, let's just take a ride out to Norwood, and the comic store is right over there. So we decided to stop there. I took a look around, got some back issues. Just some stuff to fill in some Spider-Man gaps, mostly. Didn't spend a ton of time going through the dollar bin, but there was some Spider-Man books there that I needed, so that was good. Yeah, so let's get started. This one's actually from Newberry the other day. I got the second print of Spider-Gwen 0. Again, I like the second prints of books, reprints, so this is one of the ones that I wanted to get when I saw that it was announced. They only had one copy there, so I was glad that I could find it. I didn't see any copies at the Newberry I go to in Faneuil Hall, or the one that the New England Comics in Norwood, so I was glad to pick this guy up. So, yep, that's that. Again, I wish they would do like a different cover for second printings, but I at least like that the background's different. Then the rest of these are all from their back issue bins. Actually, let me start off with the dollar bin ones that I got. There's only a few. They didn't have a lot of good stuff in the dollar bins. But there looked like there was some new stuff. Alright, start with this guy. This is the first one I saw when I walked into the store. I was sitting right on top of one of the back issue bins. The dollar back issue bins. This is Silver Surfer 45. I believe this is the issue after the first appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet. It's like a prelude to the Infinity Gauntlet series. Thanos has already got the Infinity Gauntlet. I haven't checked to see what the price goes for on this. I know it was a little high. I think like a $10-15 book. Maybe a year ago. I don't know if it's still like that. I know 44 is the book to get because it's the first Infinity Gauntlet. I already have that one. I used to have this one a long time ago, but I got rid of it, back when I did my teenager purge, back in like the late 90s. Yeah, so I just thought I'd get it again. I was surprised to see it for $1. I also got Spider-Man Saga #1. Nothing too special about this. The funny story here is, and the reason why I got it, I mean, it's a Spider-Man #1, so that's cool. But this one brings back a lot of memories because I remember when I was a kid when this came out when did this come out? In 1991, so I was 11. I remember seeing it. It must have been in like either Comic Shop News or Wizard Magazine, and it said that there was going to be a reprint of Spider-Man stories, and it kind of is. I mean, it's like I guess a cliff notes of everything that's happened in Spider-Man's history. So it does like it's mostly text, and there's like little images here and there of like the major things that happened. But it's not like a full reprint of every Spider-Man book. But for some reason, I interpreted it as being reprints of every Spider-Man book up until the 90s. So I was really excited to get this. Then when I got it, I was enormously disappointed. I read it in the store, so I knew what I was getting into before I bought it. But I remember my hopes being crushed. So I thought this was going to replace not being able to afford the Marvel Masterworks at the time. So this one, I look at this and I laugh to myself. But it's a Spider-Man #1, so that's cool. And then the last one I got in the dollar bin was Siege #1. This is one of my favorite Marvel crossovers they had done in years. I love the Dark Reign storyline. I don't like how they got to the Dark Reign storyline, but the ending of Secret Invasion was kind of lame. But the Dark Reign storyline itself I thought was awesome, and I love Siege. So I try to get the first issue of every Marvel crossover anyway, but this one I definitely was more interested in picking up, so I was happy to find that for $1. Then we got some back issues. Secret Avengers #4, the Women of Marvel variant. I've always wanted one of these Women of Marvel variants with the the border with all the characters. I would have rathered have the Mary Jane one from whatever issue of Amazing Spider-Man, but I saw this. It was $5, so I figured I'd go for it. I wish I went to this store when they had the 50% off sale a week ago. It was going on for a long time, but we just never made time to go head over there. But while I was picking all these issues up, I was thinking, man, this would have been 50% off if I just went out there last weekend. But you know, there's nothing here that is super expensive, so it wasn't horrible. It just would have been cheaper. Then we got Amazing Spider-Man 509, the director's cut. I know I've said, and I still commit to this, that Sins Past will be the one gap in my entire collection of Amazing Spider-Man, because I hate that storyline. Unless I find the issues in like a quarter bin, I will always pass up on those. But this director's cut of 509 is a little harder to find, and so I wanted to get it for that reason. I probably won't pick up the regular issue. In fact, I know I won't pick up the regular issue. I've seen it a ton of times in cheap bins. And this one, it doesn't really, I mean, it's part of Sin's Past, but it's really only dipping its foot lightly into the storyline at this point. It's really the other parts where it starts getting really obnoxious. So I convinced myself that it was okay to pick up this one. And I'm only going to get the director's cut, so not looking to pick up the regular edition. Then we got Amazing Spider-Man 696, some Hobgoblin fun. Amazing 231, just another one to fill in some gaps. It's a pretty decent copy. It looks better than it is. If you rub your hand across the cover, there are some ridges and bumps on it, which kind of sucks, but it was only like $3, so not a big loss. Presents well. This one's a really nice copy. 223 of Amazing Spider-Man. This was about $4, but it's a really nice copy. So I was super happy to find that. Another one off the list. And then we got Amazing 618. Marcos Martin, one of the best Spider-Man artists in my opinion. So I was glad to pick up that one. And the last one I got was Amazing 515. Not a fan of the J. Michael Straczynski run. Well, I mean, it was okay. There were some highlights there. But for some reason, that's like the biggest gap in my collection right now for Amazing Spider-Man. It's just all the generic covers that they have don't really interest me that much. And for some reason, the storylines seem bland to me. So I'm not like in a rush to get any. There's none other than the 9/11 book. There's none that are like crazy expensive, and those Mary Jane Campbell books. But I already have those. This cover's fun though, so I thought I'd grab that. I'll probably save a lot of the J. Michael Straczynski run for the last gaps to fill once I get everything else. I'm mostly concentrating on the early 200s and the McFarlane early 300s. I think are the big ones for me that I want to close up, because those are the harder ones to find for a good price. Anyway, that's about it. I do have one other one I wanted to show off, since I usually use a lot of like trades to prop up my camera while I'm filming this. I found this one. This was from a long time ago. Not a long time ago, maybe like 3 years ago. Spider-Man masks, which I got signed by Todd McFarlane. It's a funny story because I used to actually work for 38 Studios down in Providence. I work in the game industry, software industry. So I worked there for a little while, and Todd McFarlane worked for that company, mostly remotely on the West Coast, just like from like a kind of consultant kind of position. But he would come visit every so often to check out animations and stuff. So when I heard he was coming, I begged the producers to give me some time with him to like get some stuff signed and talk to him for a little bit. So after a meeting, they brought me up there and I got him to sign this and talk to him for a little bit. It was a lot of fun. I didn't dig into like any hot topics of why he left or why he's not going to be drawing any more Spider-Man books, why he won't do a crossover, which I would have loved to have found out for myself. We talked about why he left Marvel, or one of the reasons, and I think in this book they actually show the panel where Juggernaut's supposed to get. Oh yeah, where Juggernaut is gonna get stabbed in the eye. This is the original where he actually gets stabbed, and this is the one they actually printed where he's not getting stabbed yet, and then you just see blood splatter. So he was pissed off about that, and that he said that was the catalyst for why he ended up leaving. I'm sure there were tons of reasons, like it's more fun to start a company than work for a company, but that was one of them. Anyway, that's my story, so I'm happy to have his signature on that book, a nice black Spider-Man cover, so that's always fun. Anyway, guys, that's about it. I'll have another haul probably next week, because I have some more eBay stuff coming in, and I have to spend some of my comic shop credit, so there'll be that too, although that'll probably be like a few weeks away. But anyway, have a good weekend, everyone, and I'll talk to you later.